Well, hello everyone. Welcome to a new discussion video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the Load and Sort Recycling Center from the Thomas Winton Railway Range. Now, before I get started, I am filming this on a little table that's set up in my garage because, well, the main reason is that it's getting a little late right now, and so that affects the lighting in my room. Like, particularly my shadow will get in the way wherever I try to film. So I thought I could do this down here in the garage because it's pretty well lit and I don't have windows where the lack of sunlight can make my shadow be cast. So I might do this a little more often, like maybe on some discussion videos in the future where I try to film in my garage. Maybe, who knows, we'll see. Anyways, welcome to this discussion on the Load and Sort Recycling Center. So let's get started. So I recently bought this destination off of eBay. I showed it off briefly in my last video, which was a discussion on the Erdel and Winton Railway Horde lorries. The one thing that it didn't come with was the piece of track or road that connects to it. Like, it would have to have these little magnets on the side to be able to stay connected to it. It did not come with that sort of piece of track. It didn't come with any track except for the road to surface ramp. So anyways, it doesn't matter if it didn't come with that track. I mean, I'm sure it would have flipped to rail side as well. So I can just have any kind of this road track I have be placed next to it, or I'm more thinking I would flip it over and place it next to it, and I could probably use this maybe at a location of Whip's waste dump, even though there's not really a recycling center there, it's more of a dump. But who knows, it could end up there in the future. So I'm going to flip these tracks around and connect them here to have more room for the cargo cars and whatever else to roll along next to the destination. So this destination, I believe, just give me a second here, I'm trying to check for where the date of this destination, yeah, right there, just as I thought. It came out in 2006, and yeah, this is one of those roadway destinations. I'm no expert on knowing how well those roadway destinations sold compared to railway destinations, but I think this destination is pretty impressive for a roadway destination. So let's take a look at it and see what it has to offer. So if you bought this in stores back in the day, you would get the main building here. You would have a road to surface ramp that connects right here. Though much like this front part of the destination, it doesn't have to necessarily be road that connects to the side of the building. It could be track, maybe. Up to you. It really depends on if you have any road and track sided pieces of track. But anyways, back on the subject I was previously on. You get the building, you get the ramp. You would get lorry 1. You would get this green cargo car, and you would get, well, besides the piece of track that I didn't get that connects to the side of the building, you also get 3 pieces of recycling cargo. So these little crates have tin cans, as you can see by the picture on the side, and there's a recycling logo on the front and back of them. Tin cans in this one. This one has old paper, so paper that needs to be recycled. And this one has glass bottles. Metal, paper, and glass. So Yeah, I'm just looking at the wheels here of the cargo car in Lorry 1. The cargo car obviously says 2003, and then Lorry 1, he says 2001. So yeah, that's not very surprising to me. But anyways, yeah, you get the building, the ramp, Lorry 1, the cargo car, 3 pieces of cargo, and a piece of track, or rather road, that connects to the side of the building. So now I'm going to attach a longer piece of road track to the building to allow Lorry 1 more room, or road, to be on when he backs up. So let's see what this building does when you play with it. So I didn't really know this back in the day, and I only just recently found it out when I was getting ready to film this video. But this is a lights and sounds destination. The way I found that out was by looking at the bottom and seeing, oh, there's a switch that turns on sound, and there's a place for batteries to go in. So if you can look good enough, you can see that there are, behind these windows with the recycling object pictures, there are different colored bulbs. There's a yellowish one, an orange one, and a red one. And so there's an area on the side of the building here where the lorry can back up. You can see there's a picture of a lorry, and then his cargo gets taken up and it can go into this slot here. I'll go a little more into like the detail on the building after I demonstrate how it works. So first though, I need to turn on the sound because I turned it off after I put new batteries in just a little while ago. So I'm going to start by putting in the crate of tin cans. So let me just move this out of the way. Lorry 1 is backing up, and there's a red button right there that his back magnet can press to turn on a sound. Just gonna hold this a little steady. That indicates that the lorry has arrived and that the cargo needs to be unloaded. So I will take the crate of metal cans and slip it in here, and then we've got this little, I don't know what I would call this, some kind of like crane thing on the top of the building. It connects to the cargo, and then when you slide it, whatever cargo it is, like if it's, since this is the cans, when you slide it past here, it's going to release the cargo down this little chute and up to here. So watch, and it's going to make some sounds too, or maybe just turn on the light, I can't remember. Yep, just like that. I'm going to slide this back so that it's ready to collect the paper cargo now. Okay, I don't think I noticed it like that before. It lights up the bulbs whenever it goes past any of them, regardless of the cargo it is. So now let's load in the glass bottles cargo. And I'm scooting the cargo car a little closer. Just like that. Though the crates aren't exactly right side up, so I mean if the bottle cargo were to come out like that, the bottles would spill and break, but whatever. And then you've got a lever here that you can push. Let me just scoot the cargo car out of the way of the lever a little, and it will tip the crates into whatever cargo cars or flatbeds are waiting next to them. Oh, well, I guess that's kind of why it doesn't go right side up, because the bottle cargo tipped right side up when it landed in the car. And it does make a noise when you flip the lever. You gotta kind of press down once it's tipped to make it go off. So I'm gonna do this again with this Lorry 1 flatbed next to it and try to see how easily it can catch the cargo. Keep in mind that the cargo will only go out its designated chute. So the cans will only go out this one. The paper will go out this one. The bottles will come out that one. It's not going to change. Whoa, it slipped over the edge. That was unexpected, but oh well. Okay, now I'll just leave it. Oh, I guess when you press these little things right here, yeah, they make the lights and sounds go off. That's something new I just found out. Yeah, I mean, obviously this didn't come new in box, so I didn't have any instructions to tell me what it does and how to work it. I just had to figure out myself, which wasn't too hard. Anyways, let's move the paper into place over here. Oh, it didn't grab it again. Here we go. And I'm gonna just go ahead and put Lorry 1 right here. Okay, it's gonna be a little hard. I mean, I don't think it's meant to have like 3 cargo cars lined up next to it, because there's not gonna be enough space for the cargo cars to all be lined up where the cargo can fall into it perfectly. But I'm gonna go ahead and put in the last piece of cargo. Okay, that time the cargo came out right side up. And now I'm just gonna flip the lever, but it's not gonna be easy to push all the way down with this cargo car right next to it, but let's see. Okay, that worked out okay, but the cargo did not land very perfectly, as you can see here. So yeah, bear in mind that you may have to do just 1 or 2 crates being tipped off at a time, depending on like how long your flatbed or cargo car is, and like maybe where it's at, where it's positioned. So like say if I took out the flatbed here and placed these 2 here, I'm just trying to make sure Lorry 1's a little bit positioned good enough to catch the cargo just right. Okay, it didn't go in Lorry 1 very good, but yeah, like I said, bear in mind that you're not going to have enough room to line up 3 cargo cars and catch all the crates at once. Now, in case none of you are aware of this, it's not just limited to these pieces of cargo that the crane inside the building can pick up. You can use small pieces of cargo like Lorry 1's blue piece of cargo that he comes with when he was sold by himself and when he was included in a couple sets. But the small pieces of cargo that Lorry 1 carries, they can go in here and be picked up by the crane. I believe when I was testing this out earlier on, I believe it only goes up to the first chute where the cans are. Let's just see what happens. Okay, maybe not. Let's just do that again and see what happens. Okay. I could be wrong. I may have forgotten what happened, but okay. That's interesting. I'm wondering if it's based on which way you put in the cargo, like which... It shouldn't have to be because of that. I don't know, but that's interesting. But yes, you can use small pieces of cargo like this one, like a piece of cargo that comes with Mr. Jolly's Chocolate Factory, the small brown piece of cargo that comes with the very first edition of Wooden Railway Kevin. Yeah, these pieces of cargo can go in there, but I'm pretty sure big pieces are not going to fit that come in the typical cargo cars. Anyways, I'll get on to the detailing in a second, but I also want to point out that, well, it would be obvious because they're being picked up by a crane inside here and being dragged along to go out their right chute, but these pieces of cargo are actually magnetic. I'm going to show it off by having this 2022 one very cranky lower his arm, and let's see if we can reach it. Yep, he reached it. And yep, they are magnetic. Though I can't imagine how paper could be magnetic, unlike tin cans, obviously. That's just a little joke there. But yeah. And because they're magnetic, they will kind of tend to stick to each other, like if they're stacked on top, like this. Well, maybe not all three, because that's too much weight. But like, two on top of each other will actually kind of stick and lift up together. That's interesting. Maybe it's because they're not entirely made of wood. The top part is plastic, but yeah, it's doing the same thing with this piece of cargo. Anyways, let me just show off the detail on the building real quick. I already showed you that there are paper, bottle, and can pictures in front of these bulbs here. It says sort of recycling center. I'm going to disconnect it from the track here. It's got the recycling triangle logos. On this side we have an entrance door for workmen, a little light bulb, a sweeping broom, and an air vent. Back here it's pretty interesting. There's a storage area, so you can take your pieces of cargo and they're gonna fit in this little hole back here. There's the paper, there's the bottles, there's the cans, and then there's also room for one more piece, so you can take the small piece of cargo like that one and put it in there, and there's room for 4 pieces of small cargo. So that's really interesting. This right here, that's just a little opening, like you can kind of see, not very well, but I can see little holes where the sound comes out. So that's interesting, I guess. Anyways, we've got a little light bulb here. You can kind of see the inside of there now. And some little hazard signs here for where the lorry is backing up. Yep. And that's really it on this discussion of the Load and Sort Recycling Center. I'm going to turn off the sound real quick. And so, yeah. Overall, like I said earlier, I think this is a pretty cool destination. Thank you for watching this video. And if you think it'd be interesting to see me film some other videos in my garage, whether they're discussions or maybe possibly some stories, I don't know. But it could happen depending on like the time of day I'm filming and if I want more space maybe, or even depending on like what kind of trains I might be using for my videos, like say Trackmaster over there or take along trains and Ertl. It could happen. I mean, let me know what you think. But anyways, that's going to do it for this discussion video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.